Deion Sanders is probably one of the flashiest football players to ever play. His trademark gold chains and blinged out lifestyle are legendary. PRIMETIME set records on the football field and the baseball diamond, but really tore it up in the fashion world. Sanders has even said that he does not follow trends. No, he creates them. And on today's Gridiron Showdown, we invite you to step into the dazzling world of Deion Sanders to unravel the secrets of how he became PRIMETIME. But hold on, as we journey through his life, you'll soon discover that Deion's transformation into Coach Prime is not just a change in title, it's a promise of greater glories and a future yet to be revealed. Let's go! Fam, you got to hear how Deion Sanders got his famous nickname. It's a pretty cool story. During an interview with the Late Night Show with Jimmy Fallon, Sanders said that he earned the name in high school and he dropped 30-plus points in a basketball game with 2 dunks back-to-back. And on the way home on the bus, one of his teammates said, "You know what, man? You're PRIMETIME."
My homie said, "You know what, man? You're PRIMETIME." I said, "You're right."
Sanders was so incredibly skilled that even his friends couldn't help but give him that legendary nickname that we all know today. Now, it's amazing how a high school basketball game can lead to something so iconic. And the saga continued in college, folks. Sanders took his talents to Florida State, where he continued to amaze as a 2-sport athlete, juggling both baseball and football. And this guy was a true sports dynamo, and his journey was just getting started. Now, in college, Sanders won numerous awards, highlighted by Jim Thorpe Award in 1988. He was a 2-time All-American and set a record for the longest touchdown return on an interception, running 100 yards for a score. As a baseball player, Sanders was known for stealing bases, racking up 27 in 1987. He became one of the only pro athletes to play in 2 sports after being drafted by Atlanta Falcons in 1991. So, once Deion's playing days were behind him, he didn't just fade into the shadows. No. He dove headfirst into the world of sports commentary and coaching, showing that his love for the game was far from over. Now, first stop on his coaching journey, the Jackson State Tigers program. And boy, did he work some magic there. He breathed life back into a program. Under his guidance, they even made not 1, but 2 bowl appearances. But Deion wasn't finished yet. No. In 2023, he secured the head coach position at Colorado State. And better believe it's already generating a ton of excitement. PRIMETIME on the diamond and Gridiron now. Let's talk about how PRIMETIME made a splash on both the baseball diamond and the football field. From 1989 to 91, Sanders showed off his incredible athleticism in the world of baseball, stealing bases with a flair and even picking up a division championship, not to mention the bling that came with it. And in 1992, he took center stage with the Atlanta Braves in the World Series, although they fell short against the Toronto Blue Jays. But that's not where the story ends. In 1989, the Atlanta Falcons drafted Sanders, and his football career skyrocketed. He became famous for his signature high-stepping downfield after leaving opponents in the dust. He once revealed that it wasn't just for show. It was a psychological tactic to gauge when his opponents would throw in the towel. In 1994, he suited up for the San Francisco 49ers, adding another chapter to his storied career. Then, in 95, he donned the Dallas Cowboys star and dazzled fans until 99. But the PRIMETIME show did not stop there. In 2000, he rocked the Washington Redskins jersey for a season. And just when you thought he was done, he made a surprise comeback in 2004, lacing up for the Baltimore Ravens. So, you see, Deion Sanders' football journey is a roller coaster of excitement, mind games, and unforgettable moments on the gridiron. And PRIMETIME memories, well, there are probably 100 of moments in Sanders' playing career that stand out and are simply burned into the brain. Who can forget his first ever punt return that almost ended up as a fumble, but instead went for a touchdown? Or how about Sanders rocking a pitch past Bo Jackson and then diving into home for a score? One of the newest and most memorable moments is the outrageous outfit Sanders wears while coaching, including his custom-made cowboy outfit he sported for his Buffs debut and chains. Even the day he was drafted by the Falcons, he had a dozen chains around his neck and EK sunglasses. From that point on, anybody who was anybody in the NFL was rocking chains. The thing about Sanders that has always stood out is his larger-than-life persona. I mean, he is flashy, always smiling. He has even been inducted into the GQ Hall of Fame for his exceptional fashion sense. Now, he said that earning that honor was as great as being inducted to the NFL Hall of Fame, as his fashion sense was one of the things that has always been important to him. Primetime fashion impacts. One of the defining moments that introduced Sanders and his electrifying personality to the world was his appearance alongside Andrea Kramer on draft night. That was back in 1989. Now I want you to picture this. He rocked a black and white tracksuit bedazzled with gold chains, bracelets, and rings. Even his glasses had a touch of gold bling. Now that night, Primetime was born, and he became an undisputed fashion king in the NFL, setting a style standard that would resonate for generations. From Sauce Gardner rocking the fashion game on draft night to Jimmy Garoppolo gracing the pages of GQ magazine, it all started with Primetime paving the way. Now, from jet setting to helicopter hopping to making cameos and rap videos alongside his buddy MC Hammer, Sanders exploded onto the 1990s scene in a way that's hard to forget, leaving an incredible mark on the world of sports and fashion. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Sanders' influence extended even to his youngest son, Deion Sanders, who's now the starting quarterback for the Colorado Buffaloes and owns a jewelry company. To mark the opening of his business, well, he had a jaw-dropping 28-karat pendant crafted in the shape of his company logo, hanging proudly around a diamond chain studded with a staggering 43 karat of diamonds. But here's the kicker. Deion isn't just riding the waves of fashion stardom, no, he's creating them. He's launched his very own fashion brand, aptly named Coach Prime, and it's causing quite the stir. And get this, it's not just about fashion, no, it's about also turning heads by boosting the sales of Colorado University merchandise by a jaw-dropping 425%. That's Primetime magic, taking style and swagger to a whole new level. Primetime blings the garage. Now, Deion has been spotted in some pretty wild and amazing rides. One of the most iconic moments was when he arrived at the Super Bowl driving a Lamborghini Diablo. It's pretty hard to miss a guy that rolls up in that car. Now these days, Sanders drives more practical vehicles, owing in part to the fact that, well, he had a foot surgery in 2022 that caused him to have 2 toes amputated on his left foot. After his son Showdown signed a name, image, and likeness deal, well, he has been flush with cash. Showdown bought a $200,000 Maybach truck that looks simply amazing. The ultra-luxury truck boasts over 550 horsepower from its twin-turbo V8. Sanders' most talked about vehicle is his monstrous Ford F-650 truck. The big rig style truck is fully customized and even boasts a Prime logo in place of the traditional Ford emblem. Now, Sanders described the truck as his baby, and a viral video of him on the day he received it is worth a watch. From Primetime to Coach Prime. Sanders recently explained that he dropped the time part of his nickname a few years back and goes by Coach Prime today. Even though he is a bit more subdued these days than when he was a two-sport athlete, Deion still brings the flash. As a coach at Jackson State, Sanders brought in a 5-star recruit, the first ever to make the jump into an FCS division. Then, as soon as he went to Colorado, the requests started piling in. Sanders recently called the number of recruits to the college absurd, but these players believe that Coach Prime can get them to the next level, or at least bring in some name and likeness money if possible. It's rare for a player to make the jump to coach, and usually it doesn't go well. So far, Sanders has seen success coaching, but it is still early in his career. At just 57 years old, he likely has several decades to perfect his coaching style. But he got Colorado off to 2 wins in 2 games, exceeding the 1 game that the Buffs won last year. Now, from prime time to prime dad now, let's talk about another side of Deion and his devotion to family and his unwavering commitment to fatherhood, which he openly shares on his social media platforms. Sanders isn't just a sports icon, no, he's a loving father who's been a vocal advocate for the importance of family and the role of fathers in their children's lives. He's the proud father of 5 children, and his love and support for them shine brightly. Deandra and son Deion Jr., are from his first marriage to Caroline Chambers. Deandra has carved her own path as a communications director for a sports management company, while Deion Jr. is making waves in the fashion world for his line called Well Off Forever. Sanders' other 3 children, sons Shiloh and Shadir, and daughter Shalomi, were all born during his second marriage, which concluded in 2013. Now, it's clear that family is close to his heart, as he frequently showcases his parenting skills on his social media platforms. He shares heartwarming moments, achievements, and celebrations with his children, allowing fans and followers to glimpse the strong bond they share. Shiloh and Shadur even played football at Jackson State when Sanders was the head coach, and later followed his footsteps at Colorado. Now, meanwhile, Shalomi has proven herself to be a basketball star at Jackson State, showcasing the athletic genes that run in this family. But that's not all. Sanders' love story continues. He's currently in a relationship with Tracy Edmonds, a successful Hollywood producer and businesswoman. The two have been engaged since 2019, though they haven't set a wedding date just yet. Through it all, Deion Sanders exemplifies the importance of being present and engaged as a parent, leaving a legacy not just in sports and fashion, but also in the lives of his children, which he generously shares with his followers on social media. So, fam, whether you're a diehard football fan or you couldn't care less about baseball, or you're just itching to get out on the field yourself, here's the deal. It doesn't matter if you're a Deion Sanders fan or not, because let's be real, not everyone is. What truly matters is the undeniable impact he's had on both the sports and fashion worlds, all while staying true to his faith in God and his knack for rising above adversity. Think about it. That unforgettable moment when Sanders high-stepped his way past the Falcons bench, shooting a defiant glance at the coaching staff before shimmying into the end zone and breaking out into some wild dance moves. It's etched in our sports memories, right? But beyond the flashy moves and touchdown celebration, there's an enduring image of the bling and the chains, the sleek cars, those stylish shades, and the lavish lifestyle of a top-tier pro athlete, all combined with his unwavering faith in God. Now, let's give him his theme music.
What?